Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, and this video we're breaking down The Last of Us. The trailer for episode 6 is now here, and it sees us getting flashbacks of Joel and Ellie. These sections are a big part of the game, and it kind of chronicles their falling out. Throughout this video, we'll be going through the new look and talking about everything in it. This might spoil the big reveals, so Heavy Spoilers Show, so if you don't want to know, step back, go and play a game of golf or something. Nice game. Make sure you subscribe if you want to join our club, where we've always got our eye on the ball. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into The Last of Us. The golf puns are still shit.
Close your eyes. It'll be worth it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Remember what I taught you.
Okay, so the trailer begins with a museum scene from the game. This takes place during Ellie's birthday, which is a flashback that comes mid-Seattle. In the game, you've just ended day 1 and Ellie sits down to play future days. This is a scene we sort of got in the show, except there it happened early day 2. For the game though, Ellie plays it at night, and this flashback's what she dreams of. You pick up with Joel out in the wilderness with him leading her to the museum. You can also see Joel's watch here pretty clearly in the opening shot, and this basically sums up everything that's driving him. Driving isn't a golf pun. His daughter's death was a massive change for the character, and he's now desperate to recapture that feeling that he had with her. And for all intents and purposes, he has. If you look to the right of this opening shot, you can also see Ellie's wearing an astronaut helmet. This is something you get just before this scene, so you can relive one of the liftoffs. Joel ends up giving her a tape, and that recording is something we can hear over the top of this. Them vocal recordings over like music, you know, them old ones, it sounds so good. Yeah, always works really well. Love it when they do that. I just want to clarify there. I don't mean Kanye West there. Cut. By the looks of it though, this episode's combining all the Ellie flashback scenes into one long episode. If you look at the clip at 12 seconds, you'll see that Ellie and Joel are in the kitchen with a cake on the counter. This is what Ellie's eating, and Joel's standing there with a knife in front of him. So it builds off the idea of birthdays. You know, the astronaut thing was a birthday there, she's having a birthday there, we'll probably see her birthday more down as we get to 19. The idea of birthdays being a big event is laced throughout the franchise though, and Outbreak Day itself of course took place on Joel's. So with these two different birthday scenes, we're likely seeing them continuing throughout the flashbacks. I think that the clothes are also really important to pay attention to in the trailer. They denote what part of the flashback we're in. For example, Joel's wearing a dark grey t-shirt here, which ties this and the next shot together. That has Ellie standing on top of a T-Rex, which is something you can climb up in the game. The pair then go through the museum and go through the dinosaur section where Ellie grabs a hat. This was then seen in her room in episode 2, tying it back to this scene. The pair then go to the space section of the museum, which is when they then climb into the cockpit. They then go through the scene before going on to another part of the museum. Ellie ends up going off by herself in order to try and open a door for Joel. During this, she comes across some of the remnants of the Fireflies. This includes a letter that explains how the person was a member who justified what they did because they thought they were bettering the world. Not having the cure changes all of that though. That's what was holding the group together because they had hope and a purpose. Since then, they've fallen apart and Ellie sees the word liars written in graffiti. It kind of itches away at her mind and she starts to question what happened with Joel. Joel also then goes to talk about how important clothes are. He gives her a t-shirt for her birthday, and this t-shirt just so happens to be our new Seraphim shirt from the merch store. We've just launched it and it plays off the scars and Seraphim angel, which ties into the Seraphites. We also have the WLF one if you're more of a wolf, and along with them are 2 cordyceps ones as well. If you buy 2, you get 15% off, and if you buy 3, you get 20. Massive super spreader sale, and there's tons on the store below, so go check it out if you want to look great for the summer. Daft Punk Get Lucky will be the sound of the summer. Anyway, the next clip we get is Joel looking over Ellie's tattoo. Like the clothes, this indicates what part of the timeline that we're in. It gets worked on over time and develops, and the further along it is, the further along we are in the timeline. You get time, mate, you understand how time works. Anyway, due to it being the line work here, it looks like this is freshly done. As Joel grabs it, you might also notice a figure moving beside the pair. This goes down in Ellie's room, and we know from the lost levels that it was in fact Kat who gave her the tattoo. This was also mentioned in episode 1, and therefore the extra figure is her. We then cut to Ellie crying and Joel wearing a denim shirt with a jacket. This is also what the pair are wearing in the final shot where they walk through the forest. So the scenes likely bounce off the back of each other and appear to be built around Ellie finding out. This is mainly down to her walking away, which is akin to what happens in the game. There Ellie goes out of the hospital and discovers the truth about the fireflies. She finds a recording from Marlene about the cure and figures out that Joel lied. From what she gathers, it would have worked as well, and it basically takes away her entire life purpose. Now everyone will die, yay! This is made worse as at one point in one of the flashbacks, Ellie and Joel find a couple who fled Jackson. The pair have been missing and obviously people are worried. Turns out though they ran into a horde and though they escaped, both got bit. They were gonna then shoot each other, but the guy just killed her and then said he couldn't do it to himself. So it makes sense Ellie feels even worse because this kind of thing's worldwide, and the cure could have prevented all these deaths. Either way, jumping back and forward there, but when Ellie finds out, Joel arrives at the hospital, and she flat out asks him what happened. Exactly. She says she'll only go back to Jackson if he tells her, and to be fair, he does. And then Ellie's like, "Oh, thanks mate, thanks for saving my life, yeah? You saved me, I bloody owe you, you're the best, you're a hero, you are a hero!" Nah, she never talks to him again, and blah blah blah, Joel in one. So we are probably going to get something along these lines because we know Joel and Ellie aren't talking come episode 1. There in the therapy, Joel also brought up how he never had a daughter this old before and Ellie's never had a dad, so they're both figuring it out. It kind of speaks to these tensions and how both are drifting apart. Now, you might have also noticed that there's been clips of Eugene shown throughout the promotion, played by Joe Pantoliano, I always mess his name up there, but this guy's dead, so they can only really show him these flashback type episodes. In the clip of him, you can clearly see Joel standing behind him and he's wearing that denim shirt. So it ties all these scenes together and we'll likely learn what happened when Joel killed him. This may even be a nod to the scene with the two who got bit, and watching Eugene die might add to Ellie's guilt. We did theorize that he finds out she's immune and then Joel has to kill him to keep it secret. This would add to Ellie's guilt and make it so she gets pulled further into his lies. Because obviously he won't tell Gail the truth, which we can gather from the therapy sessions. Either way, that's the end of the teaser, yeah, and let us know what you want to see happen. Please drop a like on the video and drop a comment with all your thoughts below. Did you know that members of the channel also get early access to videos? If you click the join button, you get at least one breakdown a week before anyone else. Currently doing Rogue One, so if you're watching and or if you've finished it, it's on there for you guys to watch now. Costs just 99 cents a month as well, and hopefully, you know, you guys think it's worth it, because some of you do, and you love the content, I'm sure. Thank you. Now if you want something else to watch, we've got a video on screen right now. That is our episode 5 breakdown that goes over all the Easter eggs, things you might have missed, and our theories for the future. Did we get them right? Well, you'll have to check it to find out, but yeah, with that out of the way, thanks for watching this video. I've been your host, Paul. You take care. Peace.